Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. As Academic Registrar, it is both my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to Chelmsford Cathedral for this morning's Anglia Ruskin graduation ceremony. We've all gathered here today to celebrate the success of the class of 2018. Graduation ceremonies follow a tradition from the 15th century, and it is a tradition that has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolises the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in society as a graduate, where they will use the skills and talents developed during their studies to contribute to the future advancement of society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Vice-Chancellor to symbolise their transition to this new role. We will applaud them for their success so far, but also in anticipation of the contribution we expect them to make to society in the future. At the conclusion of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all new graduates to the community of scholars, and as new members of that community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will bring the ceremony to a close. During proceedings, those receiving higher research degree awards will have their hoods placed upon them by the Vice-Chancellor to indicate that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. So now it's time to begin our formal proceedings. I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ian Martin, to address you all. Vice-Chancellor.
Graduands, family, friends, colleagues. As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, it really is my very great pleasure to be here at this, your graduation ceremony. Firstly, congratulations on graduating from your chosen course. Today, it's a great opportunity to both take stock and celebrate, but also to look forward to the careers that stretch out in front of each of you. We will have succeeded in our task if we've given you the skills, confidence, and abilities to influence and lead the change that will make a very real difference to your work and community as you build your own careers. Before I talk a little about what's happened across your university in the last year, I have a few comments to make about those future roles. Firstly, the leadership that I hope and know that you will bring to your communities. I'm not talking about the big L leadership that comes with jobs that have title, but the much more important little L leadership that each of us has to bring to improve things within our own area of influence, be it at work or beyond. We need your passion, your enthusiasm, and your growing expertise to help address many of the challenges we face nationally and globally. Above all, we need that expertise. We need experts who are prepared to engage in debate, harbour rightful doubt, and above all, work to ensure that the decisions that are made by society are built solidly upon evidence, albeit tempered by social justice. Expertise and the power of scientific process have underpinned much of the progress that we've made as society over the last 30 to 50 years. But being an expert in your field is not the same as having no doubt and uncertainty. Indeed, the true expert is the honest broker who shares both the strengths and gaps in current knowledge with others. Experts who hold no doubt are almost as dangerous to progress as are the fanatics who hold opinion without evidence. The great thinkers of the past 100 years have helped me frame how I interpret that evidence, and I would encourage you to do the same. Bertrand Russell, whose views were, and in many quarters still are, regarded as controversial, said, "To teach how to live without certainty and yet without being paralysed by hesitation is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy, and I would add education, in our age can do for those who study it." They're old words now, but they are just as pertinent in 2018 as when they were written. My second thought to you is do not be ground down by those who suggest that everything is going backwards. As many of you will know, I graduated in medicine and crossed a stage not dissimilar to this some 30-something years ago. And I can say confidently that the practice of medicine and health professional careers has changed out of all recognition over those 30 years, and it is undoubtedly better, and that progress will continue. But just don't let people undermine you and say everything is going backwards. Yes, there are lots of changes. Yes, there are lots of challenges. Take those challenges, but push the progress forward. It will happen. It is also timely to remind you that the new knowledge that has been generated over that time, the iterative process of discovery, the doubt and challenge to accepted views that people have put in the public domain have underpinned almost all of that progress. A validation, if we need one, of the very characteristics that sit at the heart of this and all universities. You can and will make a difference to those around you, the wider community, and for some of you, I know, through leadership on a much larger stage. To turn now to your university. The 2017-18 academic year, the year of your graduation, marked our 25th anniversary of achieving university status. On the 16th of June 1992, we became a university, a milestone in a history that started in 1858 with John Ruskin's inaugural address at the opening of the Cambridge School of Art. The power of education, the importance of access to that education and widening participation and innovation were part of our institutional DNA from that day onwards. Over the past quarter of a century, more than 150,000 students have crossed a stage not dissimilar to this one, achieving qualifications in courses ranging from architecture to zoology and very much in between. In each of those 25 years, we've seen major changes and developments across ARU, your university, and this year is no exception. The last 12 to 18 months have been some of the most challenging for the university sector over the last 30 years. This has produced a level of uncertainty, which has produced a degree of uncomfort for some. But for us, we will now and will continue to be absolutely focused on delivering what we do, which is education that transforms lives through being innovative, inclusive, and entrepreneurial. Your university has grown. We're 5% bigger than we were a year ago. We've seen growth across the university. We have students with us studying from more than 180 countries, and you're part of a community of 36,000 students, both in the UK and around the world. For this faculty in particular, we've now gained a medical school, which builds on our wonderful pedigree of health professional education. And our first 100 students started here in Chelmsford just 2 weeks ago in the County of Essex First Medical School, a fantastic achievement. We were named as Partner of the Year by the Chartered Management Institute at their inaugural Higher Education Awards, and in the same evening, one of our students won the Student of the Year award. We've opened up degree apprenticeships to increasing numbers of students. We started nearly 450 during the last academic year, 10% of the national total, and more than 700 to 800 students will start this year, many in health professional careers. We've grown our research and innovation portfolio, we've graduated more PhD students than ever before, and working across Essex and in partnership with Essex and Harlow councils, we're building a new innovation hub in Harlow. We've also been appointed as one of just 2 university partners for the NHS Clinical Entrepreneurs Programme to help develop and bring new and wonderful ideas into clinical practice. We've invested in our infrastructure. We've talked about the medical school. We've got a brilliant new building in Cambridge, housing our science faculty, and we've grown what we can do digitally through the introduction of our new learning management system. As a university, our success can only be measured by the positive impact we have on the lives of the students we educate and the communities we serve. As our newest alumni, we ask for your support to continue to help grow and succeed. The support we have from our alumni takes many, many forms, but what is absolutely clear is without that support, we can't do everything we're capable of doing. To date, we've been able to add value to our education, support our researchers to push boundaries, and greatly extended what we can do in communities across the east of England and beyond, enhancing cultural, social, and economic well-being. We can't do this without you, and as our newest alumni, we do ask you to keep in touch with us. You have our absolute commitment to really focus on what makes a real and tangible difference to our current and future students and the wider future of East Anglia and beyond. Before I close, I have to make special mention of your families, friends and supporters who've been an integral part of your journey here today. Over your education with us, and for many years before, they provided you with the moral, the spiritual, and I know all too often financial support to help you get to the stage today. And on behalf of everybody here at ARU, can we express our thanks to all of you here today for that support you've given our graduates. I have also to thank the staff across our university who care so much and have contributed to so many aspects of your education, and to our governing board whose wisdom and guidance help shape ARU. I wish you well wherever your degree takes you. I do hope that you do keep in touch and continue a relationship with us, because after today, our success and your success are inextricably linked. In concluding, I return once more to Bertrand Russell. The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Enjoy the day. Congratulations from all of us for a wonderful achievement. ARU would not be where it is today without you. Very well done.
Vice-Chancellor, thank you. So now we come to our main business for today's ceremony, the presentation of those receiving awards. And I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Ruth Taylor, to come to the podium to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education. Professor Taylor.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you today graduates from the Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education. For the award of Bachelor of Science Nursing Adult, Zara Ahmed. Jade Bethany Bilton. Alice Fleet. Cynthia Paintsell. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Nursing Adult, Linda Abaddon. Ulubukonla Shakirat Adaniyi. Modupe Koka Adanuga. Oluwatosin Afuset Adiola. Jane Afalake Adesina. Agnes Manetti Ajibrempong. Millicent Afriye. Oluwakemi Aina Johnson. Saidat Titilope Ajibola. Izuchi Ifewama Akondai. Chimarenma Ann Akoma. Okwichi Linda Amadi. Stephanie Anderson. Joyce Andrade. Funke Arishe. Rachel Arthur. Omawunme Bolanle Ayambadajo. Sekinat Bawala. Joan Pauline Bailon. Shalina Begum. Anna Louise Bidoff. Claire Brooks. Karen Bryan. Rebecca Bryce. Nicholas Charles Budd. Angela Castle. Sophie Clark. Michelle Annette Coates. Cheyenne Cockings Gibson. Rio Shante Cole. Sarah Cook. Charmaine Daz. Maureen Deeper. Sherry Downer. Eva Małgorzata Dubienska. Hayley Earp. Emma Louise Edwards. Stella Uwuzi. Enitan Fabii. Latoya Franklin. Rachel Freeman. Kirsty Louise Golding. Cheryl Gross. Ejini Gwenzi. Isaac Igbinason Igili. Gemma Jackson. Maureen Chinese James Marr. Rasike Jayasekara. Mosgan Ali. Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduands for me to present to you today.
Professor Taylor, thank you very much. We have many distinguished academic colleagues at Anglia Ruskin University, and I should now like to ask one of them, Melanie Bird, the head of the School of Nursing and Midwifery, to come to the podium to offer a few words of reflection. Melanie.
Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, ladies, gentlemen and graduates, it is my very great pleasure to stand before you today and to speak with you for just a few minutes as we celebrate the achievements of all of our graduating students. The robes that they are wearing symbolise something that takes us back to the clerical origins of universities almost 1,000 years ago. And those robes mean that they will always be a member of this university, joining a group of people who have studied with us over the last 150 years. In the past, however, university was not an option for most people. 200 years ago, there were only 2 universities in England, and few could attend. For women, the situation was far worse. Women could not take degrees until the 20th century. These people missed the experiences that you have had, being part of a unique learning community, having access to an outstanding education, and most importantly, being challenged. One of the most difficult things about being at university is having your mind changed by debate and argument. People generally love their own opinions, hate to be shaken from them. Changing your mind requires courage and humility. It's all very well thinking that you're bold or that you're right, but if you're never challenged, how do you know that the thing you believe about yourself is true? All of you have taken that difficult path. I'm sure you've engaged in arguments and debates that have changed, sharpened, and enlarged your minds. You have been faced with assignments that maybe made you think of doing something less difficult. And you've worked in placements that have challenged your understanding of health, lifestyle, and illness. However difficult these experiences have been, you have made it through, and you will be richer and more capable for overcoming these challenges. You have completed a course that has prepared you for what some might call the real world, a world within which there are many exciting and varied opportunities for career development. I hope that we have also prepared you to be the leaders of the future, demonstrating the energy, the passion, and the vision to make changes for the better through your care, compassion, competence, communication, courage, and the 6th one, commitment. By graduating here today, you have not only demonstrated that you have the required academic skills to be conferred your ARU Academic Award, you also leave here with the opportunity to join a profession that has long been held in high esteem by the whole of society, a profession that continues to adapt to changes, and a profession that will continue to support you throughout your career. In years to come, when you assess how you got to where you are, then this day will be one of the important markers of your journey through life. It's a day of recognition that your efforts have paid off. You did not sit back and say to yourself, I know it all. You kept going and earned the right to wear those robes and your new title. No one can ever take that away from you. Now you have to take your next steps, and that would also mean taking risks. A fair few years ago, I too took my own risk and started my journey into nursing. I was fully engrossed in a postgraduate management position at one of our more famous banking institutions during the era of the heady early 1980s. One day, I just decided that it was not really me, that I wanted to pursue something that had always been in me, but I had been too afraid to follow. But I did it. I gave up a steady career for nurse training. One of the scariest but best days and decisions of my life. Since then, there have been many decisions and many risks, but I took them. I continue to develop and continue to learn. I take them still, as I still continue to develop and continue to learn, as do we all and as will you. What I have found on this journey is that in order to succeed in whatever you do in the future, you will need direction, integrity, and a willingness to take those risks. We hope that we have started you on that journey and continue to walk alongside you, encouraging you and supporting your aspirations to become everything that you aspire to be. This afternoon, as you sit in your finery, we are proud of you. You are well-rounded, intelligent, passionate, and work-ready. You have been and will continue to be part of our unique, inspiring community, and you are ready to make a significant contribution to our society. In summary, you are the jewels in our crown. You are our finest work and our greatest achievement. We will always be here to support you, but you did this. You got here today, and you will take those risks to your next steps. Congratulations to you all.
Melanie, thank you. We now continue with our main business, the presentation of those receiving awards. And I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Ruth Taylor, to return to the podium to continue to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education. Professor Taylor.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Nursing, Babin Joseph. Jisha Joseph. Dave Kara. Taranjeet Kaur. Jeanette Kinkela. Chithra Kuriakose. Tanisha Lau. Michael Lee. Joanne Legg. Hayley Manners. Ella May Martin-Smith. Sunita Bombo. Juliette Mackenzie. Fiona McEwen. Catherine McLaren. Tracy Michael. Nasha Michael Ihunde. Christina Marion Minter. Tawana Lalazi. Samira Mohammed. Francesca Louise Murray Butler. Donna Myhill. Dumisani Gwenya. Hazel Nicolau. Motunreo Amopi Neoladipo. Claire Noller. Victoria Nudd. Peace Obuekwe. Francis Agogo. Kaya Lorne Jean O'Meara. Elizabeth Omozuofo. Kimberly Jennifer Osborne. Jessica Marjorie Ochetre Williams. Fatima Odoronke Oyalami. Sonny Palati Stephen. Anton Pollia. Elizabeth Praise. Susanna Purdy. Hafisa Rahman. Kausalina Ratnasingham. Lauren Louise Reed. Nicholas Richard. Abby Louise Roberts Farnham. Victoria Omosola Samuel. Anna Sexton. Ere Sole. Luke Solomons. Katie Stevens. Lydia Natasha Straker. Stacey Taylor. Lillian Ubasio. Florence Ugboko. Alicia Wass. Thomas Whittingham. Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present those who have been awarded higher research degrees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled The Experience of Women Aged Under 65 Years Working and Living with Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease, Hannah Louise Malouf. Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Professor Taylor, thank you. Today's ceremony is the 5th we've done this October, and I think that's definitely the loudest and most boisterous we've had so far, so well done, everybody. We're nearly near the end of the ceremony, but first I should like to call one of our wonderful new graduates, Anna Sexton, to come to the podium to propose a vote of thanks. On behalf of you all, Anna.
Thank you. Vice Chancellor, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, and the graduates of Adult Nursing Cohort 2018. My name is Anna Sexton. Today, I'm a proud graduate of Anglia Ruskin University and a registered nurse. It is my honor and privilege to give the vote of thanks from myself and on behalf of all the students graduating at this ceremony on this life-changing occasion. I have to start where I still remember my first day in university 3 years ago. Most of us were looking at each other, so nervous, walking into our first facilitated group session. I was actually telling myself off, saying, "What have you got yourself into?" It was then followed by a self-doubt phrase called, "Can I actually do this?" I guess my colleagues and I can unanimously agree that we all had a mini panic attack when we found out the amount of assessments and clinical placements we needed to complete, pass, and well endure to qualify. In spite of this, I instantly felt the eagerness in everyone to make a difference, as well as the excitement in grasping the opportunity to create new memories with people who will serve as our second family and lifelong friends whilst in university, such as my uni family, Antonio, and the Egan Group. I was relieved to discover that the ARU student body is composed of a diverse populations. Mature students like myself and people fresh from college and sixth form, who, by the way, always made us mature students feel young and current because of the amount of selfies they take, were equally included within the cohort. Additionally, having a multiracial cohort with different cultural backgrounds gave us an insight in each other's way, which is enlightening. Whilst at ARU, I felt like I was part of a unit that expressed a sigh of relief after finishing an MCQ, down to the terrified look in each student when the two words ending with TION is mentioned: presentation and dissertation. Say, "Oh my God," I've heard that. I have never felt so valued that during my time in ARU, I was added to 5 or more study group chats that were ever so silent all year through. Then an exam or assessment comes along and guaranteed a flood of messages shortly appears. It normally goes like, "Have you finished yours?" "Nope, not even halfway through." Those last 5 words were sweet music to every student's ear, because at least you know you aren't the only one who's left it to the last minute again. Top tip, Pepsi's not here. Top tip, when a tutor says that a specific topic is very, very important or MCQ question material and might come out in the exam, 99.7% chance that it most definitely will, so you listen. Looking back at my time in ARU, I realized that it was not about fitting in. It was about finding your purpose and being a supportive friend despite feeling the pressure yourself. Most importantly, utilizing every experience you get with the aim to make a better version of yourself every day. To be honest, majority of us do not realize that we have learned so much in the last 3 years. The application to practice feels like second nature to us now. We just go about with work, and theory to practice does make sense. I think this deserves an applause, don't you? So, on behalf of all the graduates in this ceremony, we would like to express our thanks to the university for taking a chance on us. to the course leaders and our personal tutors who spent countless hours in doing all the lectures. Thank you. And the rest of the staff of ARU from catering, library, IT, and the graduation staff. Thank you for today. They've always said that it's 50% theory and 50% practice. So all the clinical placement mentors that we've had, thank you so much for demonstrating what patient care looks like in real time. Finally, our biggest fans, our friends and family, who supported us despite the multitude of tears, walkouts, and tantrums, providing us with either moral and financial support, or by simply supplying us with caffeine and chocolates when we've spent so many hours, so many study hours during the night. My long-suffering husband, my 2 children, and my mother-in-law are quite a good example of this. So, thank you. I actually have come to a realization that friends and family do not only make excellent childminders, but they also make excellent proofreaders, because although they claim they do not know what they're reading about, the amount of corrections and criticism that they come up with is phenomenal. Which, to be fair, helps immensely. So, in behalf of all the graduates graduating on this ceremony, massive well done to you all. You did not come this far to only come this far. Thank you.
Anna, fantastic speech. Thank you very much. I now call for one final time on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Ian Martin, to address the new graduates. Vice-Chancellor.
Oh. That would have been interesting. Can all those who've been presented to me here on the stage please stand? As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and awards for which you have been presented to me here today. As a member now of the community of scholars, take all that you have learnt into society and uphold the values of freedom of thought and scholarship. From all of us here at ARU, our heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. Well done. For one final time, can I ask you to thank your friends, family and supporters for everything that they've done, particularly the volume of applause that you've received as you come across the stage. If you could just return the honour. Congratulations.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the ceremony, and I hereby declare proceedings closed. Can I now ask everybody to stand for the academic procession?